Hi everyone, I am Amy Cook. I used to go to AYF and APC and I'm currently a Lancaster University student in my second year studying English Literature and Creative Writing, and today I will be bringing you the Wednesday Word. So I want to focus on my favourite Bible verse, which is Hebrews 6:19. So I don't know about you, but with the way that the world is at the moment and the way the past 12 months has been, I have been feeling very all over the place. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I've been left feeling muddled and confused, and my favourite Bible verse has helped me through now more than probably it ever has before. And so I just want to share with you why it's so important to me, and hopefully it can give you something to hold on to as the week goes ahead. Hebrews 6:19 itself says, "We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure." So let's get into it. I'm sure most of you will know that the book of Hebrews was written as a letter, hence why it's addressed to a group of people. But I think, and to me anyway, this means a little bit more. To have we, the verse starting as we, it shows us that the promises that God has for us are not exclusive. And it certainly means a lot to me, and I'm sure it does to you, to know that you can share in life's ups and downs with those around you. But more importantly, even through the highs and lows, the happiness, the sadness, everything that comes with just living life, it's really encouraging to know that to have Christian friends mean that you can share in the hope of God together. So it's not just crying on one another's shoulders, but looking and striving for that same goal and finding your support network in that same place. So this leads on really nicely to the next element, and potentially the most prominent of the verse, which is hope itself. So I thought I would give you a quick little dictionary definition of what hope is. So firstly, hope is described as having a feeling of expectation for something to happen, or a feeling of trust. I have personally found it really hard to trust and find hope in worldly things at the moment. We may have a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel at the moment, but no one really knows when this is going to end, and I've certainly given up guessing. But even in amidst all of that confusion and uncertainty, there's one thing I know I can hope for or expect, and that is to have hope in the good plans that God has for my life. Things might seem confusing at times, but with hope in the Lord, we can trust that no matter how hard things may be, God promises to protect us and have good plans for us. So for any of you who have seen Tangled, and for those of you who know me well, you will know that I am a huge Disney geek. The opening song, "When Will My Life Begin," is a really sort of poignant touch to lockdown life. Rapunzel is stuck in this tower. She has nothing to do all day except to find small tasks to keep herself busy, whether that's painting the walls, baking cookies, making dresses, candles, as the song lists. But she still maintains hope that one day she will be able to leave the tower and see the lanterns that she looks at from her window in person. And for me, this is what a life with God is like. No one says that being a Christian makes life easy, and that's a really bitter pill to swallow, but we have hope in God. And even when life's most tedious and hardest tasks and challenges get thrown at you, they're made a little bit more bearable, knowing that we have something really amazing beyond compare to look forward to. So moving on to the image of the anchor, which I find is a really powerful one. An anchor is used to hold ships steady and keep them grounded. They're thrown down to keep ships safe. So to have hope be our anchor means that no matter the seas we face, God will go down to the depths for you and hold you secure and make sure that you're not swept away. The anchor is a symbol of security, and in other words, we can be secure in our knowledge of a better future with God, no matter what your current situation is. Something else I think is really important to note is the inclusion of the word soul. There are many things about Christianity that stand apart from secular world, but the specification of the word soul sums it up really nicely for me. Worldly things are subject to change, as we've all seen this year. You may feel like you're on top of the world on one day and then right down at the bottom on the next. Our hearts and minds can fluctuate, but if we root our soul in God, we can guarantee that we can have access to constant peace and mercy and hope. So no matter how we feel emotionally or situationally, our souls can always find rest in the promises of God. Finally, the ending 3 words, firm and secure, are 3 words that I remind myself of whenever I feel anxious, or if life seems to be throwing a curveball that I didn't expect and sort of running like the ball in Indiana Jones out of my control. When everything else feels floaty and up in the air, when you're yearning for stability or certainty that the world is just not offering you, then remember that hope in God and a relationship with Him brings that ultimate stability. The worldly hopes we have, such as good grades or promotion at work, wanting to be popular, losing lockdown weight and getting a 6-pack, I don't know, can let us down. However, God's plans for us will never fail. He is unchanging, and so placing your hope in Him gives the greatest chance of living a fulfilling life. The words firm and secure describes God's presence and plans in my life, in everything I've been through, and I really hope that you can see or are able to move forward in the knowledge that this is the same for you. So I apologise for sort of a mini English literature lesson, but I hope that I've given you an insight into why this verse is my favourite. It serves as a reminder that no matter how stressful life can be, hope in God brings peace and stability to even the most chaotic situations. So if any of you are feeling anxious and stressed, which I know I certainly have been over the past few weeks and the past year, spend some time thinking about what hoping in the Lord might look like for you, and meditate on the fact that His promises will never fail. So I hope you have a really great week, and thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to listen to me ramble.